This is TOS Television, your digital first Pan-African news network. In business, CBN sacks boards of First Bank and its subsidiary. Airline operator accused its private jet of going commercial. Egypt and IMF aligned for medium-term revenue strategy. You are watching Business Report Africa. I am Ruwa Panawo. Central Bank of Nigeria CBN has sacked the boards of directors of First Bank and its subsidiary over the removal of Dr. Adeshola Adedunton as the managing director of the bank. The Apex Bank said the decision had a negative implication on the country's financial market. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele pointed that records had to be made straight as he opposed the decision of the First Bank of Nigeria's board. Captain Ibrahim Sheila, a charter operator and chairman of Westlink Airline, has alleged that private jet owners in the aviation industry are engaging in commercial operations. He noted that it is contrary to the regulations for which they were granted certification and operating licenses. Sheila called for probes to such operations by the Department of State Service, DSS, as he said the government should be worried that it is losing revenues. The Federal Inland Revenue Service, FIRS, has given a Dangote Cement PLC tax credit certificate that is valued at 22.321 billion naira. The tax credit certificates are for the construction of Apapa, Onworo, Shoki or Jota Road in Lagos and Lokoja, Obajana, Kaba Road, stranding Kogi and Kwara states. The federal government issued the company the certificates to cover for the tax that Dangote Cement would have paid. The tax credit certificate for the Apapa Shoki or Jota Expressway is valued at 21.6 billion naira, while the tax credit certificate for the Lokoja Obajana Kaba Expressway is valued at 721 million naira. The African Development Bank Group on Wednesday had announced a 36-month ban on Maxi Care Company Nigeria Limited. In a statement titled African Development Bank debarred Maxi Care Company Nigeria Limited for 36 months for collusive and fraudulent practices. It said it took effect from 23rd February 2021 as the debarment renders Maxi Care Company Nigeria Limited and its affiliates ineligible to participate in bank group finance projects during the debarment period. Tax experts in Kenya have called for a predictable tax regime to boost economic growth. They are sure this will help in maneuvering the forthcoming external debt default situation. Their version of a looming financial crisis is expected to be taken as something of utmost priority, and management is to tune towards recovery strategies. As a solution, the Shadow Budget 2021 has proposed that all new projects be frozen during the recovery year and debt repayments be rescheduled to free more money to finance development and recurrent expenditures. This is your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television, and you are watching Business News Africa. More stories when we return. Kenya is keen on tackling marine litter and has joined hands with the Global Litter Partnership Project implemented by the International Maritime Organization IMO and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO. The project is meant to facilitate the establishment of public-private partnerships and thwart the economic impact of litter on fishery. In the first 3 months of 2021, share prices in Zimbabwe doubled, largely driven by fundamentals. Normally, Zimbabwe has been seen as a ground for bad investments, and companies had not been exposed to new opportunities from foreign investors in over 2 years. So far, the currency situation in the country has improved as the weekly foreign exchange auction was introduced in June 2020, and the decision was taken to allow the currency to devalue to a level that more closely reflects demands and supply dynamics. So far, the plan has been more successful than what was expected, and volumes have continued to improve for the past 9 months. Zimbabwe's construction industry will be revolutionized, This week, President Mnangagwa commissioned Lafarge Cement, Zimbabwe's dry mortar mix plant. This expands the range and quantities of raw materials which are suitable for the latest building technologies. The plant is valued at $2.8 million and is capable of producing mortar for Lafarge's new technology, which will increase the speed of construction by up to 70%. It is expected that a house through this technology can be constructed in 12 hours, and the construction of housing units, modernization, and upgrading of the ports of entry and other social service infrastructure will be completed on time. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) and Egypt are working together to draft a medium-term revenue strategy (MTRS). Its purpose is to mobilize the country's revenues and lead to a 2% GDP increment in over 4 years. Now, as soon as the IMF completes its final review of Egypt's IMF-backed standby arrangement program in May, Egypt will be eligible to receive $1.6 billion as a third tranche of its $5.2 billion loan given to help finance its structural reform program. So far, the government had received support from World Bank and other international financial institutions as well. The United States has signed a Memorandum of Intent (MOI) pertaining to a plan to build a solar power complex of up to 5 gigawatts in Namibia and Botswana. This project, if realized, will be one of the largest in the world, and its major goal is to provide additional power while catering to local demand. In the long run, it could push Namibia and Botswana into the limelight as two of the globe's most significant producers of solar power, large enough to export renewable energy to the Southern African region. This is your digital first Pan-African News Network, TOS Television, and you're still watching Business News Africa. More stories when we return. Thank you for staying with us. Ghana's Trade and Industry Minister Alan Kyerema-Ten has revealed that Ghana is enthused about becoming Africa's automotive hub. The country is focusing on industrial transformation. Now, ever since foreign manufacturing firms have taken interest in the country, it has boosted Ghana's policy drive towards the agenda and propelled its policy to expand its presence in Africa. The Trade Minister is optimistic that this will create room for employment of citizens, even as the government uses this opportunity to reform the educational system, which will in turn deal with the unemployment situation in the country. Continental farmers have had a rough start as frost sweeps across Europe, but this has given Moroccan fruit and vegetable producers and exporters a golden opportunity in form of an upper hand. Countries like France, Italy, and Spain considered declaring an agricultural disaster, but Moroccan farmers are counting on another profitable year. Last year, Morocco's exports to the EU saw an increase of 9%. Income inequalities exist between Moroccan rural and urban households, and this has been shown through a study released by Morocco's High Commission for Planning, which revealed large disparities that show factors having a large effect on income. In response, Morocco's government has brought about a variety of social welfare programs. And in the CBN exchange rate, dollar to naira has a buying rate of 379 naira and a selling price of 318 naira. Pound to naira has a buying rate of 526 naira and a selling price of 527 naira. Euro to naira has a buying rate of 457 naira and a selling price of 458 naira. And finally, the South African rand has a buying rate of 26 naira and a selling price of 26 naira. And that's all we have on Business Report Africa. Remember to follow us on all our social media handles at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel at TOS TV Network. I am Ruwa Penawa. Thank you for watching.